Faith is not just believing God exists. It is living like His word is more real than what you see, feel, or hear. Faith is the realm where impossibilities bow, mountains move, and storms go silent. Jesus said in Mark 9, verse 23, "All things are possible to him who believes." Not some things, all things. Faith is not a Sunday word. Faith is a daily force that dominates everything. Faith sees what eyes cannot see. Hebrews 11, verse 1 says, "Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Faith is eyesight from heaven. Your natural eyes see the storm. Faith sees Jesus walking on it. Your eyes see the giant. Faith sees the covenant. Abraham saw no child, but faith saw nations. Noah saw no rain, but faith built an ark. Faith doesn't deny reality, but it declares a greater reality: God's word. Faith speaks what God speaks. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 13 says, "I believed and therefore I spoke." Faith is voice activated. You don't speak what you feel. You speak what He promised. David didn't say, "Goliath is too big." He said, "You come with a sword, but I come in the name of the Lord." Your words can align with fear or align with faith. Heaven waits for your agreement. Faith moves mountains. Jesus said in Mark 11, verse 23 and 24, "Whoever says to this mountain, 'Be removed,' and does not doubt in his heart, he will have whatever he says." What is your mountain? Sickness? Debt? Depression? Broken relationships? Speak to it with authority. Faith doesn't negotiate with mountains. It commands them. Faith in the fire like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. According to Daniel chapter 3, faith doesn't just work in victories, it works in fire. They said, "Our God is able to deliver us, and He will, but even if He doesn't, we will not bow." That is faith that dominates emotions, fear, and pressure. And what happened? Jesus walked into the fire with them. Faith doesn't keep you from the fire, but it guarantees you won't burn. Faith dominates fear. Isaiah 41, verse 10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you." Fear says, "What if?" Faith says, "Even if." Fear paralyzes, faith mobilizes. Peter walked on water not because the water changed, but because his faith was anchored on the word, "Come." Faith obeys, even when it doesn't make sense. Faith without obedience is empty. James 2, verse 17 says, "Faith without works is dead." Build the ark, step into the Jordan River, give the little you have, pray again. Keep showing up. Faith doesn't wait to feel ready. Faith obeys and sees God move. Faith wins, eternal rewards. Hebrews 11, verse 6 says, "Without faith, it is impossible to please God." Faith is the currency of heaven. Every step of faith is seen by God, recorded by heaven, and rewarded by His hand. This world may mock your faith, but heaven is watching, applauding, and preparing your crown. Faith dominates sickness. Faith dominates fear. Faith dominates darkness. Faith dominates the impossible. Because faith is not in us, it is in Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So rise, believe again, pray again, speak again, trust again. Because when faith stands, everything else must bow. When faith rises, hell trembles, mountains crumble, and the impossible makes way. Because God always honors those who dare to believe. Your faith is not weak when life is hard. Your faith is strongest when, in the storm, you still say, "My God is able." Faith is not waiting for things to change. Faith is believing God while things are still the same. The moment you choose faith over fear, heaven begins to move on your behalf. Doors open, chains break, and miracles begin. Don't let your circumstances speak louder than your faith. Let your faith speak louder than your fears, and watch God rewrite your story. Faith is not just believing God can. It's living like He will, and walking like it's already done. Type in the comments, "Faith dominates everything," and share this with someone who needs to hear this today.